Hello there, and we're so glad you joined us this week. This is our weekly touch on the forum, just so you can get used to what's going on in the forum. And if you haven't been into a forum, the Fantasy Fight Forum is good. It's a good place to have some community. And so we're going to start off really quickly. We're going to start looking at some train stuff. Alan, he's the builder of this. He did a great job. And what he's done is he built a scrimmage board in 24 hours, and he shows you some great pictures. Here's a picture of the main board all together, and it's trees that he's clumped together, and he's even done some nice little hedges and bushes with it looks like some fake fir. Does a nice little thing, and foliage, and you can read all about it. And then he did a couple tall trees for like sight blocking, and it's just a good thing just to see that people are out there still making terrain. And I really think that you if you haven't got into terrain building, it's a great part of the hobby. Thank you, Alan, for showing off, Alan Noir, showing off your 24-hour build on your board. It's wonderful. Also, I have my second video being posted in the next couple of days of my 24-hour build of Geonosis. Now, I built a Geonosis board that is modular from the dollar store. As always, I have a little giveaway going on. If we can get the subscribes up on my channel to 300, I'm giving away a bunch of stuff. You guys just like, subscribe, and make a comment. That's all you have to do to get in on the chance to win this giveaway once I hit 300 subscribers. And we keep moving slowly up there, but that's what we're going to do. Now, let's take a look at some more great Legion stuff. I'm going to go right over to the painting section, and painting section is one of my favorite things. We got a gallery right here. It is a Rebel gallery. You don't always see a Rebel gallery, but they did such a good job here, and I'm excited for Gold's Rebel gallery. He's done a good job. If you can see here, one of the things I really liked about him, he did a lot of alterations and changing and modding of his guys. He made the whole Rebel army wearing Fleet Trooper helmets, so it's really thematic, and I like seeing that people mod things, and it gets you thinking about what you could have done. And so many times I watch these people or see these people's pictures, and I think, man, why didn't I think of something like that? And I wish I could redo my whole army. If you enjoy modding and stuff, why don't you show off on this forum some of your mods that you've done to your figures and stuff? When nobody's judging you, at the same time, we all can paint, and we all have our own take on things. And if you want to mod something, show it off. We all want to see what people have got. Now, my next one is going to Polata. He's got some great models that he painted. I really like the themes here. You can see this tank here. Just an amazing job he did on that tank, Boba Fett. I like the way he did Boba Fett, but not only did he just do Boba Fett that way, you'll see as we roll through that he did his Scout Troopers with that same Boba Fett paint job, and he did a few of his other units like the Shore Troopers and that, and the mortar. It's just a really good thematic army. And then we're going back into the no, sorry, that's the Imperial Guard. Now we're going back into the droids, and he has such beautiful color use. He really gets the most out of his colors, and I can't say enough about how well he uses the colors and blends them, and uses the washes of the colors, bringing them in and bringing everything to life. It looks so rich and so beautiful, and the basing is amazing. His armies are so thematic, I just really like seeing the thought put into this. And so well done, Polata. It was very well done. And it's really exciting to see somebody take the time to put that much effort into their army. And hats off. That's all I can say. It's hats off to that army. It was very well done. First of all, I want to thank all the community for getting together and helping people. On this forum, there is a great topic going on, and if we scroll down here a bit, you'll see it right down here. Tactics for the CS. There we are. I need help with my tactics. He has been playing a fair amount. It's some good questions. One of his biggest problems is that he only plays against the clones. So the guy split it with a friend, and they both took one faction, and they play within the timeline. So clone versus droids, and rebel versus imperial. And so one of the problems is that he has just been overpowered by the clones, and so there's some great advice here, and this is what I like about us. We care enough to share. We share our list, we share some strategies, but not only that, people give some good advice. Now there are people who get bad raps on here, and they sometimes say some things that maybe get them in trouble or just sound rude. But for the most part, I don't think people are trying to be rude here. I think they're trying to actually give help and help each person do what is better for them. And so there's some great advice about how to counteract the clones and their token sharing, and some also ways of tweaking his own army and using the units he has. Now he has a lot of, but I just love the fact that people are willing to give him advice and help out, and there's some great things put on here, and lots of thoughts put out, and some of them talk about units maybe being not as good in other units, and but the reality of things is factions fairly got a good balance and it's playable. I know that there's not good matchups, but part of the big thing about any of this is to manage your turn zero really well. Part of the things when he gave his list and the things he did was that he didn't pick things that helped him, and they did help the clones he was playing. And the battlefield, you got pictures here of the battlefield he's playing on, is pretty sparse for B1s to hide behind. There's not much there for the B1s to kind of hide behind. And so everything from the way you set things up or look at things or how you pick your sides comes into a big part of this. And so I haven't had a chance to play all the droids yet, but one of the guys I do play against is a clone player. And so I understand the frustration. I'm a rebel player. That's who I like, and so I play the rebels mainly. But yeah, there's trouble. There's trouble when you're facing the clones and their good shooting and good defense. And so we'll get to a little bit more to that in our next topic. Actually, the next topic really is the hotbed of what's going on. It's the standby woes. Now, this is interesting. The original poster here, Memora, a great post. It says, if there's any one rule you want to change, I want change, it's standby. But he goes on and asks that, I'm not complaining, he says, about the game. There is always little balance issues. There's issues in every game. But at the same time, he asks the question, what would the rule you want changed? Now, the interesting thing is, once you mention the standby rule, there's a lot of haters that jump on, and not haters of people, but haters of the standby bubble or ball that's going on right now, the build your fortress of clones, and it seems like it's unbalanced. And I even said that I think it might be unbalanced, but I don't know how to make it more balanced. You can't take that action away, but maybe you can make it so that the group that has the standby has to be able to see the people that they're triggering off of, not just the group that's in the front, but the standby. So you can't hide the standby unit behind a wall. You can still share the standbys, but they have to be able to see the unit. They might not have to be in range of the unit. Only the first range one has to be in range. They have to see it maybe. I can't give you the exact way to fix this problem, but it is definitely overpowered in some way. And I'm not saying that it needs to rehaul the whole thing. Even little tweaks maybe on how you can only maybe get the standby on the person that moves rather than being able to hit a unit that's sitting there, as they said in here, Dooku or Grievous sitting there, and then a droid unit moves and boom, everybody jumps on Dooku and Grievous. And so I don't know the answer, but I really think that there needs to be some sort of altering there. And I'm not going to go on and binge and complaining. And you got people on both sides of this who really love it. I don't play clones. It's the only faction I don't have any playable army in. I just have the leaders. But every other faction I can play. And so there's some really good comments here. There's little videos here saying maybe thread's a little salty. But the thread wasn't that bad. He actually just asked the question of any rules that you would change. And the funny thing is, nobody actually answered the question about the rules. And that's sometimes we get on tangents about one thing. So I figure I should answer the question. And I think it would have to be something to do with cover that's on speeders and stuff, the cover 1, cover 2 type thing. I just think it needs to be a little more of a buff on that. And so maybe it's that the cover can cancel hits and not crits, because that's a little too powerful, but maybe hits and surges. So before they can surge something up, i.e. like before they can use critical or something, that can give them a little bit more, or even a unit that surges up to crits, you can cancel that surge. Just gives it maybe a little more. That's might be the fix. I don't know. I would just like to see the speeders usable. As being a rebel player, I would like to see me able to use all my units and not feel like if I take this, I'm actually costing myself something in the game. I enjoy playing for fun, so I do take them, but I would maybe just see something that would help that, because you can't keep dropping points. It needs some sort of fix. The other thing would be really simply allowing the rear gun on the air speeder to actually shoot every direction. I would then make that gun worth taking, or making one of the guns free for that, the rear gun too. Those are simple little things that could be tweaked. I'm not going to get on the air speeder thing. The last subject that we see a lot on this forum is talking about the lack of being able to get expansions. Availability of Infernal Squad, and down here availability of old squads. We do have a problem in this game, and that is that not everybody can get the stuff. And I don't know if that's because they're underproducing or they just having such bad problems. I know there was some sort of water damage issue, and but there is a real problem when you can't go to a store and get a product off the shelf. It's hard to get new people into the game, and that makes it hard for you to build a community, especially in places like mine where there is no community and you have to build the community. It's just hard when you can't get all the units, and there's nothing that builds community like being able to see all these cool units on the table and being able to play with them, but if you can't get them, it's really hard to keep building that community. And I even pre-order everything, and I still don't get them. I still haven't got my B2s, and I pre-ordered them way in advance. And so we're looking at some problems here. And so, yeah, there needs to be a fix here. That's something that has to be fixed in this game. But here we are. We're on the community. I'm glad that I could talk with you, share with you guys. If you like this, like it. If you don't like it, well, okay, sorry. Can't please everybody. I'm just having a chance to express my community to my community, and hoping more people get involved in the community and be a part of what's going on in the community. And I love to see your paintings. I love to see your terrain that you're building. I'm sorry I got a little later here. I was hoping to have it done Friday night, but I'm late Friday night now. I was 3D printing my son a Mandalorian costume, so I had too much noise in the background to really do a video. Thank you guys, and let the force be with you.